This video is a little due, so I moved out of my abusive parents' house. What happened was my youth agency, I will age out of them eventually, is paying for me to live in this, it's not exactly a group home, it's like a program for people with developmental disabilities. It helps people gain independence, but I'm not paying anything, it's my county paying for me, and they're gonna stop paying for me when I age out. The regional center is paying for people to help me learn skills that I wouldn't be able to and have someone check on me and stuff. This was not an option for me in the past because my youth agency didn't feel comfortable funding for me because I wasn't at a place to be independent enough and my hygiene and stuff was a concern. And I wasn't accepted into the regional center until 2021. And they didn't let me be independent either. They needed supervision for me. Like, I could even show the emails later. So this is not something that was available to me for a long time. There's a large probability I'm gonna have to return home to my parents' house when I age out of this program. But for now, I'm living in a place where I'm not being mistreated or anything, which is my first time not living in an environment long-term where I'm mistreated. I lived in short-term youth placements, and I lived in an abusive one for 6.5 months when I was 16 years old. I wasn't abused in the other ones, but they were short-term, they were not long-term. So this is my first time living in a place where I have not been abused in any way, shape, or form. I've been living here since mid-January. I'm not going to show my room right now because my roommate is asleep. It's just me, her, and the house manager who live in this house. I'm not going to give any information about where I started college, community college, unfortunately. I'm not going to give any of my programs away. I don't want people to know my information personally. And I'm also in the game design class with, disability things, helping me with that. I even got denoted student of the month, and I got a 100 on my first college paper. This year has been like turning 18 for me. I'm still not really ready to be an adult, but I'm getting there. I'm like entering the milestones people often reach when they're 18 by how society pressures them to. And I'm not gonna say my exact age, but yeah, like this was the time that I'm actually starting to mature more, but I'm still not there. I was not anywhere close to being an adult. Like, people judged me like I am an adult woman, but I really was not. I was a child. From being abused, from having missed social opportunities and not being able to develop, from having autism and causing organic differences in my brain that mature at different rates. I was nowhere close to being an adult. Not at all. I was, if you had to put me to a neurotypical, when I first started writing online, I was mentally probably 12 or 13. A woman named Christina Oderschvink, who last time I had seen her, which was over 3 years ago, she was going by like Voss or something like that. She had accurately put me as like 12 or 13. I was not anywhere close to being an adult. And so my behavior, like, and stuff being like out of control, I was nowhere close to being able to like be taking full responsibility for my actions. Like with me like posting screenshots and stuff, I didn't even know better that was such inappropriate. If you really looked at my behavior, videos of me, you'll see I was not anywhere close to being an adult. I hadn't reached any milestones. I still have not had sex. I didn't have any in-person friend that was a real friend to me at that time. I never lived independently. I still don't have a job. Chorus Partner Program tried to hire me, but I lost my money. They discontinued that. As far as I know, they stopped that. I have no way to get it back unless they help me and realize my situation. Maybe my disability, people can help me with that. I still don't drive a car. I had not had any milestones reached at all. I still have not graduated high school. I'm going to community college for a certificate program. You're allowed to go to community college without a high school diploma for a certificate. Not necessarily an AA if you want to transfer. The only milestone I have reached now is I've gotten away from my parents. I'm not living independently. I take public transportation on my own, and now I'm in school. Those are my only milestones that I've reached, and they are not fully independent. I do have a special needs program with my community college. I haven't really used them yet because I haven't had a test or anything yet. But like that, like I have assistance with that. My public transportation is a handicap bus, and then I'm living in this disability house. It's supported living. It's not me being independent, but they're milestones, quote unquote. So I am living away. But yeah, like, once again, this is like me being like 17 or 18 who's just like transitioning, if you want to say. Some 16 and 17-year-olds go to college too. But like, like it's like me being 17 or 18 right now. Like, compared to like if you had to put me into like where a neurotypical develops, like that's where I'm at right now. I'm just starting to enter milestones. So, people need to have a little bit more compassion for me because I'm only just really developing now. Again, if I have to repeat myself, I hadn't met any milestones. I never had an in-person friend. I never got away from my abusive parents. I never, and still don't drive a car. I never cooked or anything. I never cleaned. I never made my own money. I never had a job. I still don't. I still don't drive. I didn't graduate high school, still have not. I didn't have social interactions. I had no milestones whatsoever met. And if you're not meeting milestones, you know, you're stunted in your development. Like, again, I was literally like a child. Developmentally speaking, social, emotional, in my brain, I was absolutely a child. I was nowhere close to being an adult. I will talk more about this tomorrow.